Hi, my name is Mitra Manesh. I'm a servant. I serve through teaching, coaching, consulting, or any other way that I can find to share what I know with those who want to know. And this Lights On podcast is one of those ways. It was created with consciousness and mindful living in heart. So join us as we travel through many roads of learning and transformation together. And if you enjoy our podcast, please give us feedback by rating us 5-star and share us with others if you think they may benefit from it. On behalf of my team, I thank you for your presence. About 20 years ago, I was traveling with my daughter. There was a major problem with our tickets. I can't remember exactly what was wrong, but I do remember that I had to go back to work and my daughter had to go back to school. So delay was not an option. So we were standing in the middle of the airport and one of the Air Canada staff sees us and he comes toward us and asks us, what's wrong? And we tell him what's going on. And he says, it's okay, come over here and see if I can help you. He takes about an hour and goes through the whole complicated coding and information and whatever internal work he had to do to find us the right coding and issue us the right ticket and get us on the next flight. And he does that. And we're feeling so thankful. But, by now it's really late and we literally have just a few minutes to get to the gate. So we run to the gate and I'm trying to just get on the plane as soon as possible. And then I see my daughter sitting by the gate working on her computer. So I ask her, what are you doing? She says, Mom, I'm writing a review for the man who just helped us so kindly and so patiently. And I tell her, I know that's great, but we got to get on the plane. We can do it later. And she says, no, Mom, we won't do it later. Later, we get busy. Later, we forget how important what he did for us was. Later, this is solved and it doesn't matter anymore. Later, we just won't do it. I looked at her eyes and I thought, she's right. So I agreed with her. And of course, she takes her time and she writes the feedback, really amazing, heartfelt feedback, and sends it off. And then we literally run last minute and get on the plane. Ever since this, I always remember when I hear, read, receive something helpful, no matter how small or how large it is. I remember my daughter's comments and I do my best to let them know that I have benefited from their offerings and let them know that I appreciate them. And this is not just a courtesy and good mannerism. It's an important, energetic work. It is acknowledging and saying to the universe and others that I know I benefited. I am grateful for it. And I'm actually giving this work enough importance to let somebody know. And I'm saying, may your work, their work, and my good fortune of receiving it grow and grow. It's a win-win situation for everybody. So why am I telling you this story today? Well, I'm telling you this story because today is the anniversary of our Lights On podcast. So from the thank you, I'm grateful story, I want to go to the second shorter story of letting you know how our podcast was created and why I started with the appreciation story. Well, it was late December 2019 or maybe very early January 2020. I can't exactly remember, but I know it was around that time and we all had time off. And one weekend, I woke up to a message, an audio message from Megan Mann. Megan is our executive director, which said, in her voice, "Hi, I'm Mitra Manesh, and this is Lights On Podcast." And then she went on and on saying, "This is a real podcast, real mindful living podcast about real people, real questions, and real answers." It was her way of saying that she's inspired to create this podcast. Podcast was not in my awareness, and I wasn't even thinking about it. But somehow Megan was inspired, and she wanted me to do the podcast. In our team, we create things all the time. My team members have the will, definitely the talent, the power, and the authority to create as they wish. So, this podcast is really Megan's baby, which was born a few weeks later in February of 2020. And we have all been raising, nurturing, and lovingly growing this baby together as a team ever since. 47 episodes later, on the anniversary of our Lights On podcast, I want to say thank you to Megan for creating and managing all the details. I have usually good access to the words, but words really discount what I want to say and how I want to thank Megan. And not just for this, for everything she does so passionately, so deeply, and so authentically. Megan, thank you. Oof. I want to also say thank you to Pablo Ceballos, another amazing soul, a senior sound engineer and a very well-known international DJ who edits and masters all of our production. We are so lucky. He is our support, our advisor, and our go-to person when we have any technical questions. I also want to say thank you to Jennifer, our in-house designer, who beautifully, artistically designs everything for us. Thank you to Delia, who skillfully turns my dyslexic words, both in writing and in audio form, and turned them into really wonderful, beautiful words. I'm really grateful for your work. The music for episode 1 to 36 was the music by Marcuser, who generously offered his beautiful music to us. And then from episode 37 onwards, and currently, our own in-house musician, another Pablo Guatalope, an amazing, gifted musician who lives in Spain, created the music for us. Pablo also helps our first Pablo with the sound production for many things at our company. So thank you, Pablo. It takes so much and so many people to create a topic, to write it, record it, cut it off, edit it, attach it to each other, master it, upload it, let you all know what's happening. It's a lot of work. It really, truly takes a village to do what we do. And we have a beautiful, loving, mindful village. But these are all only the thank yous and acknowledgements at our end. I want to offer my and my team's deep, heartfelt thank you to you, our listeners across 58 countries who connect to us and write to us and express their opinions, praise us, give us ideas, and more importantly, who listen to us. We have no corporate funding, no advertising, and no outside support for what we do. It is all organic from our hearts to your ears. So please tell us how we can serve you better. Show us if what we say or whatever we have shared with you has made a difference in your life. Rate us, share us, and more importantly, Stay in touch with us. We love to hear from you, and we love to serve you better. Happy 2021, happy listening, and happy journeying in your mindful path. And before I leave, allow me to tell you about my live classes, upcoming live classes that I'm doing in collaboration with UCLA Health, Mindful Awareness Research Center. And those are, one is mindful aging, which I think it's a very important subject. Also, the second one is called, Are You Ready to Be Happy? Funny question. I know most people say, of course I am, but I'm not sure how ready we are in actual practice. So hence the course. By the way, you can always check our live classes at mitramanesh.com/courses. And also, if you cannot make it to the live classes, you normally package, edit them, master them, do all the things that our wonderful technical people need to do, and put them in the store so that you can access them that way. You can go to mitramanesh.com/store and see what's available there. I hope that these courses and I hope that my teaching somehow serves you in your life. Hope this episode answered the question or two for you, or provoked and inspired questions in you. I'm so grateful you showed up and listened up. Until the next time, be well and stay curious.